Shazam issue 11, Geoff Johns writing with Scott Collins on the art. Last issue ended with the Wizard. Seemingly, I mean, I thought he was killing Billy's dad. It was actually more like he was zapping him to take away his power, because he's not dead. But Billy kind of like sort of wakes up in the middle of the night and kind of hears some stuff and goes down and sort of catches this happening. Although there is some funny stuff here actually with Freddy in his sleep. He's dreaming and he's sort of sleep talking, and he says a couple of things like yeah, sure, Superman, I'll join the Justice League. And then, like, you know, after Billy tries to talk to him, he's like, yeah, Batman, I'll lead the team. No problem. So, some fun stuff there with that. But basically, Billy attacks the Wizard, and the Wizard's all like, you know, yada, yada, yada. You know, this power's corrupting. You can't, you know, split it between your adopted family and your biological father. So Billy, you know, in Shazam mode is fighting him. The family kind of like catch this happening, and eventually the whole team jump in to save Billy, because, you know, the Wizard's eventually going to take the power away from Billy. He's like, no, I've chosen wrong again, damn it. And this is all going. So the big twist of this issue, though, is after they've kind of like dealt with the Wizard, and we have Savannah freeing the various Monster Society characters, right? Notably, though, he does not free Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime is left in his cell, but he frees the others. The big twist, though, is that Billy's father, like, it's not so much that he himself is, like, been disingenuous, but he's actually being controlled. Mr. Mind is inside Billy's father. He's not actually with Savannah. He's been broadcasting to Savannah. In fact, it teases it early on, because there's a little moment where Savannah kind of loses contact with him, kind of teasing that he's not local, like the connection can be severed. And the twist is that, you know, Savannah's kind of orchestrated all this. Black Adam shows up because he's been kind of manipulated by Mr. Mind and Savannah to try and sort of intervene here, and it's all kind of part of Mr. Mind's plan. And then, sure enough, Savannah shows up with the entirety of the Monster Society. So it's a two-page spread. I just want to get all the members right. So you have the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizunderlands, which we've said before is just, you know, Wizard of Oz. You got Savannah, obviously. You have King Kull from the Earthlands. You get Scapegoat from the Wildlands. You got Jeepers from the Darklands, who looks very Man-Bat-esque, actually. You've got Evil Eye from the Monsterlands. He looks like the from Doom, the one-eyed floating things from Doom. Those big heads. Yeah. He looks like them. The Red Queen from the Wizunderlands. Mr. Atom from the Gamelands. The Crocodile Men from the Wildlands. Those ones are pretty recognizable. And then the Mr. Merry-Go-Round from the Funlands. So Savannah shows up with all this team, and it's like, oh crap, this was all playing into his master plan. What I did like, though, is that Billy kind of catches his dad, like, say a magic spell, and his dad kind of says, oh no, it's the wisdom of, you know, Solomon in my head. But Billy actually sort of catches him out here in a lie and says, no, like, the wisdom doesn't literally just give you information like that. Like, it sort of inspires you to make the right choice. It doesn't give you, like, magic spells that you can say out loud. So he confronts him, and that's when we reveal that Mr. Mind is inside Billy's dad. So, you know, so he felt fishy as soon as he showed up. You know, we kind of felt that way. I mean, Matt, anyway. I don't know if you were still reading it at that point. And
nope, sorry.
You know, so that's kind of like sort of justified that suspicion, and that's why he showed up, is because he didn't show up because he wants to be Billy's father. He showed up because he's been taken control of to exploit. But the final page is this evil-looking dummy in the Monsterlands, who I'm assuming is a character that people might know, but I don't recognize him. Basically, Superboy Prime's like, hey, you, like, let me out. Like, you know, see that red sun over there? Why don't you turn that off? And I can power up and I'll get out. I'm a monster too. And when as soon as this dummy turns off this like red solar light source, Superboy Prime just heat visions him to death. He just incinerates him, and he walks out, and he's like, "Oh, right, that's it." He's like, "Stupid idiot! Like, I need to team up with you. I don't need to team up with anybody. Look out, Billy Batson, you're first." And that's the cliffhanger for next issue. So it's prime time, baby, and all of the Mr. Mind stuff with Savannah is finally kind of really paying off and kind of coming to a head, which is cool. This was part 11 of the story. It's been one big arc as far as the titling's been concerned, which is kind of true. You can kind of see how it splits up, but That's where it is. So
Please tell me that the scapegoat was an actual goat.
let me double
'Cause
check.
you said it was from the Animal Land one, whichever that one was, Wildlands.
Yes.
I'm assuming it was an actual goat, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Not only is he a goat, he's a goat with 2 pistols, and he's got like a sort of 1930s style hat with his 2 horns kind of sticking through the hat.
Okay, that's awesome.
Right, what did Matt say about Shazam? The art's fine. Like Scott Collins, I mean, I like him on Flash. He's not necessarily perfect for Shazam, but at least it's really only the one artist this time.
That's a big step up from most of the other issues.
Yeah. What does Matt say here? What the hell? This was the most John's book this has been. I'm so happy I stayed with it. The Monster Society isn't what I thought it would be, but I'm pretty sure they're all established Captain Marvel villains. No way did I see CC being a vessel for mind. Oh, okay, he's Billy's dad. I was like, who's Cece? Yeah, so here, hold on, what was it? Yeah, so no way did I see Billy's father becoming a vessel for mind, but looking back, it makes sense. I wonder what's going on with the state of magic and the wizard and how it relates to Justice League Dark. The more I read John's Billy, the more I like him as a character. Savannah stabbing his eye was metal as F. Collins' art was really hit and miss, but when it hits, it weirdly fits the section of the DCU. I hope they keep Superboy Prime a snivelling villain. So Matt gave that an 8 out of 10. I am inclined to kind of go... I might go with a 7.5. I might just nudge it a little bit lower. It's a little bit messy in places, but I am excited by everything they're doing. I love the Monster Society. I love Superboy Prime showing up. The fight with the wizard though felt like it was just kind of doing big fight stuff to fill a bit of time. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 for that. I can't quite call it great.